Haha, fooled you all again. I changed I I changed my position around here. Welcome to episode 37 of Psycho's Platters. That's right. Sorry that it's slightly dark. Slightly. We'll get that fixed by the next one. So I know I haven't done an episode in a couple weeks, and I apologize about that. I've kind of been under the weather. Um, Chest X-rays came back negative. At least we got that much figured out. But now I get my migraines come back. I haven't had them for a while, like a couple of years. And then about 2, 3 months ago, roughly, they started back again. I don't know why. Kind of just gets me, and I'm in a daze. So let's see here. What do I want to bring up before I start the episode? Um, okay. I have been posting Monkeys concert videos from Tulsa. Some people have been pleased. Some people have been slightly annoyed because I, well, posted so many. Too bad to the ones that are annoyed, because I actually got some compliments because some other people that did videotape that exact show they were not able to get as many videos as I did. So I was able to fix some holes. And you know what? I can't help it. That's my favorite band, along with the Beatles. If the Beatles were doing a reunion tour and everybody was together, I would have been recording the whole damn thing. Trust me. Usually my rule of thumb, though, on YouTube videos is I record no more than the first 3 or 4 songs in a performance, in a concert that I go to, because, well, how should I say this? My hands start getting shaky, okay? If you saw my Monkeys videos, some of them are like that. Most of the time, though, they're not. If you did not know that I've got concert videos, of course, Monkeys is my most current. But if you like Primus, John Oates from Hall & Oates, Pat Benatar, and Candlebox, I have a bunch of videos live from when I was over there. Coming soon, crossing fingers on this, Little River Band. Yeah, I know. There's no original members in Little River Band, and the oldest member was only around since 1980. But it's cheap, and it's a good Saturday night, so I'm going to go see that. So Little River Band, Exile is going to be at a high school auditorium the next day, and then Crossing Fingers Kids, the return for the first time in 6 years of Johnny Winter. Yeah, I'll be getting videos hopefully of all of those shows, and a lot closer too, I hope. So those are hopefully coming up on the Psycho DJ 67 channel. If you follow either Paul P's or Psycho's Platters, you will get access to those videos. Okay, so this is stuff that I accumulated over the last 2 weeks. It's a little bit of hodgepodge here. Let's see, what do I want to start off with? I did find a couple 45s. Okay, let's see. This one I thought was really, really cool. Only a slight bend in the corner. From I'm assuming late 69, early 70. Well, nope, it says 69, so that's cool. So late 1969, the Apollo 11 flight, First Man on the Moon. Of course, July 1969, narrated by Hugh Downs. This is an MGM promo single, I'll show you in a second. This is the back cover. Okay, kind of cool. And yeah, it says here just basically MGM Merchandising Corporation, okay? Both says side 1 and side 2. So, wish I could meet Hugh Downs and get him to sign this thing. That'd be beautiful. And then this one here, you know what? The stack of 45s I went through was kind of half garbage till I got to this one. And I got to confess, I don't know a thing about this one, and I can't wait to listen to this. On the Miss D Records label, Don't Drop It, Chuck and Ronald. Now, the reason why I got this, believe it or not, was because the name sounded different. And it also gives a address to East Texas Street of Bossier City, Louisiana. So this either could be Cajun or it could be blues. That's what I'm assuming on this. That'd be nice. All right. You like Alice Cooper? I like Alice Cooper. How about I tell you I got the Life and Crimes Alice Cooper CD box set from Rhino Warner Archive from 1999 for only $20. In mint condition, too, all of them. Comes with 4 CDs going back from the days of the Spiders and the Nas and the Earwigs. Remember those things? Remember those bands? We're pre-Alice Cooper, and it comes with a nice booklet. I'm only halfway through it, but very informative for back in '99. I'm out of print box set, and I have seen this on eBay for a hell of a lot more than $20. All right. Psycho's going to go off and mention here some things. As you already know, you've seen plenty of my videos that I mix up a lot here. It's not just vinyl, it's other stuff too, but it's all musically related, right? That makes sense. So what if I go off and tell you that today I went to a Salvation Army and I found one of, well, some hidden treasures of things. Maybe not worth a hell of a lot, but still they are interesting in their own selves. In 1989 and 1990, and I want to say 91, there was a new format that came out in music because the 45s were getting phased out to be replaced by singles. Yes, and everybody's like, oh no, you're going to show us a singles seminar. All right, well, for example, this one here, John Waite's Missing You, okay? So here's your front and your back. Singles, they may not be really worth a hell of a lot, but let me explain why I get them when I do find them, and I don't get them for just everybody. Okay, true story though on this. Well, okay, I'm so sorry. My head's still not completely well. All right, it never is, but my headache. I got a headache. So let me go backwards to a story as to why I collect these things more than I used to. All right. The main 2 reasons why I get singles are this. Number 1, a lot of these singles took the same attitude as 45s did for B-sides. Okay, you have a B-side on a single. You do. A lot of these ones here are either live or they're unreleased. They don't put them on the albums. Most of that still holds true with your singles, okay? That's the first reason. The second reason dates back to a story in 2004 when I was working backstage with Night Ranger, okay? The keyboard player at the time in Night Ranger was Michael Lardy, who is in Great White. Not the Jack Russell Great White, but the other Great White with Terry Illis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. The former lead singer of the hair band XYZ from the 80s, okay? They're going to be here at the end of the week. I wish I could see them. That's another story. So I had a bunch of these things. Like I said, I brought Night Ranger, the albums I had, okay? But I also brought some Great White stuff. I didn't have any albums. I had CDs, and then I found a small stack of these singles, okay? Michael Lardy starts looking at these, and he's like signing them away, and then he stops and says, oh my God, and I'm like, why, what's up? And my buddy, my boss of the night here, he's my friend, John, he was looking over his shoulder too. He's like, what's the deal? And I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And it was the CD single to Queen of Sheba. Now, I don't know if you ever heard of that song, and I'm sorry, I don't remember what album it's off of, but it was an official record release from Capitol. It was a single. And Michael Lardy goes off and explains, he's like, this particular single, they only made 80,000 copies. And I'm like, oh, well, that's cool. Thinking, maybe it just didn't sell really well. That wasn't the case. The reason why there was only 80,000 copies was because the master tape of the single broke. It literally was destroyed, I guess, somehow in the process of converting. And Capitol Records didn't want to spend any more money. So, Queen of Sheba, for example, a instant collectible? Maybe. Point of the matter is, he signed it for me very happily, and he's just like, wow, I have not seen one of these since 1990. I know, I'm such a geek. So I'm going to show you the rest of these singles. Got them 3 for $1. 3 for $1. So I already showed you John Waite. Pretty Boy Floyd, I Want to Be With You. And then the back's got contact information. Go figure. And the fan club. All of these are 1989 and 90, by the way. Warrant Heaven and In the Sticks. There's your backside there. Warrants I Saw Red. Firehouse. Baby, don't treat me bad. Yeah, okay. Backside. Firehouse's Love of a Lifetime. I don't remember Alias. I'm sorry. More Than Words. Speaking of Great White, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Now this one, for example, okay, I told you about this. There's 2 songs extra on here. So this is a 3-song single. You got Once Bitten, Twice Shy, okay. Slow Ride. No, not the Foghat one. This is Great White. And Wasted Rock Ranger. All right. Both of those bonus tracks not available on the album cassette and CD. So that's cool, though. Wait a minute. They said album. Oh, crap. They actually made this in 90? Okay. Well, good. I guess I'll have to look for that album, too, right? But see, that's what I'm talking about. Steel Hearts, I'll Never Let You Go. And lastly, Hearts, I Didn't Want to Need You from Brigade. So those are 3 for $1, right? And then I had to pick this one up. I have never seen this. This is on Holiday Records. I'm a big Snoopy person. Merry Snoopy's Christmas from 1980 from the Royal Guardsmen. Who are the Royal Guardsmen? They're the ones that did Snoopy versus the Red Baron. Oh, I love that song. And in several Snoopy ones after that, Snoopy Christmas, Story of the Return of the Red Baron, Snoopy for President in 1972. Okay, vinyl. A mixture of things. We'll get to this in a minute here. All right. I picked this up at a record store. Well, sort of a record store. You're going to shake your head at me. I know you are. It's another copy of the White Album, and numbered, and you're like, oh, Paul, why the hell did you get this? This is my 3rd copy, by the way. But I got to tell you something, all right? Doug laughed at me. Yeah, Doug, I'll call you out. Doug laughed at me. My other 2 copies, though, they didn't have the original pictures. I know it only looks like 3, but the 4th one's in the other one. So see? George, Ringo, John. And yeah, I'll have to confess, I could tell that somebody did pin these up because they're slight pinholes, but I don't care. I finally have. And the condition on this vinyl, by the way, pretty decent. I gotta confess. It's a cross between a BG Plus and a near mint. And the number on this one, in case anybody's keeping score, is 1,814,800. That's the copy I got. How about a little jazz? The new Billy Taylor Trio on ABC Paramount in stereo. Doug reminded me that, hey, guess what? For this particular stuff, mono would have been worth more. But that's all right, though. I don't care. I'm kind of curious. I like it, though. Look at this. They look Look at this man. 3 cats smoking cigarettes and laughing. Billy Taylor with Earl May on bass and Ed Thigpen on drums. You want to see the label? Let me see if I can pull the label out on this sucker really quick. Beautiful ABC Paramount stereo. I'd say at least a VG Plus on this sucker. It was nice, nevertheless. I couldn't pass it up. There's a lot of things I can't pass up. Maybe that's my problem. Hey, at least I don't think I'd ever be that hoarder. Okay? I showed you, some of you people on Facebook, I posted about the hoarder that had 250,000 albums. I don't think I'd ever be like that. Okay. These other ones here are cheapo stuff in Buck Bin and a little bit else from the record store that I went to down in Fayetteville. Piper's Can't Wait. All right, who was in Piper? We're looking at 1977 on A&M Records. Anyone? All right. This guy here, Billy Squire. It was his first band. Yeah, we're talking 4 years away from the stroke. But needless to say, like I said, on A&M, it's a rock-steady production. What's that mean? Well, it's Bill Aukeen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. The former manager of Kiss had involvement with these guys. In fact, look at this. It says produced by Sean Delaney. Now, Sean Delaney was also in the inner circle of Kiss too. Okay, so that's kind of funny on this one. Just pictures on an inner sleeve. I think Piper made 2 albums, I want to say. Okay, this one was called Can't Wait. So, Exile, Mixed Emotions. Okay, I got this one. Why? Because, like I said, they're going to be in the next town over next month. 2 of the members are still in this band. So I'm hoping to get myself a nice one. This one, of course, being from 1978 and has that hit, I want to kiss you all over. You want a better version, go watch Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler butchers it too, worse than me. Believe it or not, on here, though, there is a couple. In fact, Kiss You All Over was written by Chin Chapman, Chin/Chapman. Who were they? Oh, they wrote a bunch of 70s glam and bubble gum in England for Sweet, Slade, Suzi Quatro. Oh yeah, and then they end up going to work here for Exile. So kind of cool on that bit. So yeah. All right, here's one I'm kind of curious about. The cover of this is just really, really odd. Kasem. Now, I know you're like, what the heck? On EMI America. But we're talking about Kasem Sultan. Now, who's that, you're asking? He was the bass player in Utopia, Todd Rundgren's band. And also, believe it or not, he was playing for a while in Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, too, in the 90s, I want to say. I am trying to look here really, really quick. Oh, hey, we get some extra surprises on this. Well, of course, Roger Powell does all synthesizers. He was in Utopia, too. Buck Dharma, kids. Does that name sound familiar to you? Should. He was a guitar player in Blue Oyster Cult. Still is. He's on here, too, along with the Earth, Wind, and Fire horns. Very nice. I like this. Anybody else on surprises here? Let's see, mixed by Bruce Fairburn. Okay, now I don't know if you know who that is. He passed away too back in the 90s. He mixed this thing. He ended up being a big producer for Bon Jovi and Kiss. Okay, he's dead too though, but he mixed this. This is back in '82. Okay, on EMI America. Also, Mark Rivera on sax. He was a big session. I can't do this here. All right. But I'm curious about this because, I like Todd Rundgren and Utopia, and I want to see if, after all, you got half of Utopia on this damn thing. Maybe it'll turn out to be really good. Here's the back. Boy, talk about hodgepodge. I guess in '82 you had a lot of strange stuff. Okay. Heads Are Rolling from City Boy. All right. Now, these guys here, this is from 1980 on Atlantic. Australian band is what these guys were. Trying to see here. Anything fantastic? No, not off the top of my head here. But I cannot wait to listen to this. Henry Paul Band. All right. This one here, Grey Ghost, is the name of the album on this. Who's Henry Paul? Anybody? All right. He was the guitar player, and actually still now is the guitar player of The Outlaws, the Southern rock band, okay? Of course, he does guitar vocals on this sucker. I am trying to think here. Anybody else show up and make little surprises? Nope. I don't really see anything about this. But this, though, from 1978 on Atlantic. Your basic Atlantic album right there. What else? Hey, You're a big boy now. Loving spoonful. Cutout hole, in the corner. Mint condition on Kama Sutra. Pulled this, 50 cents. I looked through 100 at Mantovani. Oh, it was horrible. To find the soul of the ballad, Hank Crawford and the Marty Page Orchestra. Marty Page, why does that name sound familiar to you? Because he is the father. Here's the Faja of David Page and a couple other ones that were involved in Toto. Marty Page was a big arranger back in the 40s and 50s. And this one here, I'd say Beachy Plus condition on your old Purple Red Atlantic. Lastly, kids, for $2, I couldn't pass this up. You Grand Funk fans, who I almost swore, didn't I, are going to know this one. In 1972, their manager got fired. Justifiably so, it seems like. Terry Knight. Terry Knight was the lead singer of Terry Knight and the Pack with Mark Farner and Don Brewer from Grand Funk Railroad. In retaliation for him getting fired, he got Alan Klein's label ABCO to release Mark, Don, and Terry 1966-67, which is similar to design of The Greatest Hits Patrick, Mark, Don, and Mel, which was also put out in 72. And look, they even similar back, except this one here, Terry Knight pretty much goes off and he makes himself out to be this, Here's the inside, gatefold. Now, I couldn't believe I found this for $2, and I even told the guy who sold me this that I'm just like, oh. And the inner sleeves, by the way, you got news items. They're all like news clippings. Beautiful, mint condition on ABCO. I know this thing is half hard to find because I'll tell you why. They pulled a cease and desist order on ABCO and Terry Knight. I want to say that this was only out for a month or two max and got pulled. So that's what you got going. All right. This is the end of this. I know it's almost 23 minutes, but it's been a while. So quick shout-outs before my battery runs out. Of course, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Please, please, please like him on Facebook. Sunday night, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. You'll get to hear him. And right after that, Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. For the best in lounge and exotica. Swing, baby. It's the Cat's Pajamas. Thrifty Music Collectors Group. YouTube Vinyl Community, always. And once again, thank you to Monkey's Collectible page, Psycho Jello, and the official Peter Tork page for putting up with me posting my Monkeys videos. Haven't seen them and you love the Monkeys? Go check them out here on this channel. You will not be disappointed. Take care. God bless. Rock on.